parents. Matlab, your voice, your demeanor, matlab, it's very calming. I really want to know about your childhood, your young days. Matlab, how has that been? Did you, matlab, were you always like this, or you just evolved into this very calming, serene personality that you are today?
Okay. How many of you know swimming?
Swimming?
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody? मुझे नहीं आते तो मैंने तो बस पढ़ा ही पढ़ा है. So wherever the water is deep, it appears calm, isn't it? ऐसा ही है ना? ऐसा ही है. So in the deep water, do you think the struggle is too much?
Yes.
Yes. You never know what is going to happen. So my childhood wasn't easy. So it was full of struggles. But I'm born to a tough parents, and that's how I think I'm a tough person now. That's how this smoothness, or maybe what you just said, I appear to be calm. It's just because of the struggles which we have faced. Yes.
Wow. That's something that we all should, think about because it's something really deep that you said. Ma'am, how has been your education, the time at your school because you are passed out from Airforce and then you moved out to Delhi University? How has that your time been? What kind of, things you used to do, interactions with people or activities you were involved? You told that you're very athletic. So you'd want to know about a little, your college life and your education.
How many of you? How many of you are really active in life? I mean, in the terms of exercise, or in the terms of, if I ask you to just take a sprint right now, maybe on the road, would you quickly say yes, or would you think for a minute, or
We'll do it.
we'll do it? Would it matter to you what the people who are looking at you? What would they
Not
think?
really.
Not really. So that's how my childhood has been. It hardly mattered to me what everybody thought. Maybe at that time God didn't give me that much of thought process. So that's the way everybody's childhood should be. Free. Free. My childhood was free. My parents never told me what is to be done and what is not to be done. Like in today's world and in today's situation, these days, every child is told. Even I am maybe a very fussy parent. I can't help it. Maybe it is in the air. To be fussy. But my parents were not fussy because those days were pretty trustworthy days. But I try not to be fussy and I try to give them freedom. So my childhood was amazing because they gave me freedom. They gave me freedom to go and buy pencils. They gave me freedom to go buy eraser. They gave me freedom to choose what do I want to do in school. They gave me freedom to understand that whether I'm good in painting or am I good in athletics. But here these days we don't give freedom. Do we? No. So I had an amazing childhood in terms of activities which I enjoyed, in terms of exposure which I got. My father, I don't know, he's not educated much. I don't even know whether he was 8th pass out or whether he was 7th pass out. But during those days, they had far-sightedness. They only knew one thing, that we have to earn for the family. We have to earn for the family, and earn for the family means to give good education, quality education to children. So that's what my parents did. They gave quality education to us. We never got to know how we landed in Air Force, and he himself doesn't know how we landed in Air Force. So few things are destined as well, but we never took advantage of anything what he showered on us. So that's how uh, my childhood was.
Which batch are you from Air Force?
2003. Sameer's batch.
Sameer's batch. Shrestha
We are
Bhanu
Chaddi
must be
Biddies.
Shrestha must be your senior.
हाँ श्रेष्ठा. We're like Chaddi Buddies. Amazing days in Air Force.
She's
That
my
was the
sister.
golden era of Air Force.
She's my sister.
Okay, she.
And today is her birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
So I was good in sports. I was good in painting. I was pathetic in mathematics because my mathematics teacher never liked me. Yeah, she never liked me. Once I scored 10 on 10, and then she literally stared at me, and she was just not ready to believe that I could score 10 on 10. She really asked me, "Did you cheat?" Thrice she asked me, "Did you cheat? Did you cheat? Did you cheat? I said, Mom, no, I didn't cheat. And it was so shameful that I can't tell you. But yes, I was very good at theory subjects. I could have been a better version of mathematics had my teacher been a little more supportive. So teachers really play a magical role in life. If you have teacher who's like a guru, I'm telling you, you will never fall down. Never ever. That's one thing which I would
So true.
bet on it.
So true.
If you have teachers who are true gurus, so you will be always escalating up.
Exactly.
Ma'am, you yourself told that you was good at so many things. You know, you were good. You enjoy doing so many things. How did you decided that you want to pursue a particular course or move forward in a particular direction in your life? Because since you were good at so many things, you enjoyed doing so many things. But you eventually have to decide one thing. That you have to constantly do professionally. For stability. How did that happen?
Now, one, to be very honest, I wanted to be a civil servant, but I just couldn't get into it because, as I told you, I didn't have a very easygoing childhood. We had a lot of financial crunch during those days, and there was a time when I had to support my father. So I chose. My sister did tell me that Gursharan, don't do that. This is the only time when you can study, and somehow my heart said this is the only time when I can support my father because that was the only year when my father needed financial support, not a year before or not a year later, and that was the only time when I wanted. I could have studied for civil services. So yes, I was very clear that I want to be civil servant. Understanding the love for geography I had, understanding the passion towards everything which I do. I have heard. I used to read a lot, and sometimes I used to come across civil servants in Airforce school. So I always looked up to them. That I really want to be one of those, one of the days. Uh, because I wanted my father to be proud, or maybe I wanted some days for my father to rest, because I've always seen him working. Until date, he works. So that was one thing which I wanted to do. But things don't move in the way we want sometimes. So I chose to help my father and I dropped my plan of civil services. And the second field which I was very clear about in the terms of career was education. Why I chose education? Because I somewhere felt there was a huge gap during our days of education also. Especially like you said, I was very like I just told you that I was very good in painting, but we had no career guidance that I could actually go to a art college, or maybe I could end up taking a professional course in painting. I really had no idea. Neither my school provided that information to me. Second, as I was mad after geography during those days, so I could have been a cartographer, or I could have been a geomorphologist, or I could have been something better. But then I just couldn't figure it out. And during those days, when we passed out from Air Force, I did my 10th from Air Force. And then 11th, 12th, I had to struggle finding a place where humanities was offered. During those days, only
There was
two
no
schools.
humanities.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
yes.
was no humanities. And I was odd one out. I mean, the ones who opted for humanities, they were considered weak.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously, they had that
They can't do
Yes.
anything. They
Ah,
can't do
yeah.
anything.
yeah, they were
Failures.
considered weak, but actually, geography is one subject which leads you to be a scientist, which
Exactly.
actually paves way for you to be something extraordinary, maybe on the footsteps of Abdul Kalam. But we didn't have it, so I had to struggle between Scindia Vidyalaya and Kendra Vidyalaya one. And whole through my life, I have only learned one thing: never to give up. Never ever to give up. I have never given up. And whenever times get too tough, I always say, listen, you're not the one who's going to win. I'm the one who's gonna win. I always challenge Almighty and I say, आप नहीं जीत सकते, ऐसे कैसे जीत जाओगे? मैं ही जीतूंगी. So I I was almost out of Airforce Vidya Bharati with TC in my hand, nowhere to understand whether I should go to SKV. So my both sisters are SKVs, or should I go to Kendra Vidyalaya 1? I didn't want to go to SKV because the fees was huge, and my father was after my life. He said, "This she's just gone case. She just doesn't understand anything. I've never seen a daughter like her. She troubles me too much." But I was so clear with my things that I can't expect my father to again invest 2.5 to 3.5 during those days for my 2 years education. So then I started going to Kendra Vidyalaya 1, and they told that they don't take civilians. They just don't take civilians. How would I land into it? My father didn't have such contacts. So then I kept standing there and I used to wait. I used to wait for the office people to open the office, and I used to say, "No, I want to come to this school only." "Why do you want to come to this school?" "Because the fees is only 800 rupees. That's why I want to come to this school." So मैडम बट नहीं होता है, आप समझती नहीं है क्या? नहीं समझती हूँ, लेकिन मुझे ये भी पता है कि अगर कोई ट्रांसफर केस नहीं आएगा तो वो सीट मुझे मिल जाएगी. And that's what happened. I got the seat after 3 months. And I was into that school for 2 years and I was so happy. But there I got one of the best teachers in geography. He passed away after 2 years. Maybe he just came in my life for me to give me the directions. And that's how I landed in Miranda House, Delhi University. So when it was time for me to actually decide that when should I take a lot of favor from my father or when should I actually burden my father with the duties, so I did that. I was very clear since day one that how much is to be taken and how much is not to be taken. So I opted out this SKV thing and I opted in for Miranda House. That wasn't very expensive, but exposure was amazing. There also I just couldn't settle much because we were too ethical and too principled for such a trendy life. I was never into trendy life, but then my education went very well, and teachers totally loved me for what I did. So I kind of gained what I wanted to gain from there.
Ma'am, you told that you have always fought for the things that you really wanted in life. Like you just challenge Almighty that you cannot win. I want to win. How does that come? Matlab, what is the thinking behind that kind of approach towards things? When things are not working out, they are not in your favor because it's not easy, right? Because to challenge just Almighty, I am going to win. There's a lot of things that might be going on in your head, in your heart. What is that? That how do you channel that energy into
It's
such
written
kind?
in epics. The God has been always challenged. In all the epics, you pick up the epics. Hasn't he been? Always. Whenever someone wants to ask for a boon, he's challenged. And he only bows in front of hard work. That's only one thing he bows in front of. So if I am ready to do the hard work, why wouldn't he bow? I'm not asking for unnecessary expenditure. I'm not asking for liquor. I'm not asking for ayashi. I am only asking that you give me what I'm working hard for. So he has to bow. And this all comes from the epics. One should read epics and one should extract strength from it. We don't have to extract a lot which we might not be comfortable with because epics do have something, a lot of episodes which we are not comfortable understanding. But yes, they are a big source of strength.
I believe you believe a lot in God. I'm sensing that. I'm not sure, but
I'm neutral.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely neutral.
And how does that work being neutral?
Common sense. I am not a blind believer. That's the common sense is very uncommon. You just can't expect that you will not study mathematics because of your ex teacher and then you'll get 10 on 10. So there God wouldn't come to help me. That's common sense. That's
Right. Ma'am, what has been your understanding of destiny? I think this is the question that I ask most of our guests that how do you know when to leave things to destiny and when to work, to get what you want, because there's sort of a gray line between that because I'm still understanding that concept. So please help us understand your idea about destiny,
right.
how you have, understood it and seen in your life.
Yeah. So I have already answered this through two activities which we did. I would like to bring that back. Number one, excess of everything is bad. Okay. And number two, we have no answers to so many things. So this is destiny. Excess of everything is bad. And sometimes we have just no answers.
Exactly.
Those who swim across, they are fine. Those who do not swim across, they are gone. So the best is uh, pushing yourself a little more so that you can judge that you will swim across. But totally do not go blind after it. For example, my sister kept telling me that this is the time when you can study. Maybe I could have listened to her. She was like, I'm gonna take care of everything. You study, because once you will outshine or once you're going to be an IS officer, things are going to be more easy for my father. But then I just couldn't see my father struggling too much. So I decided. So now I have no regrets over it and I don't put it on destiny. If you will put it on destiny that you didn't choose that, it was not in my destiny, then I will keep crying over it. I don't have to cry over it. It is my choice. We make choices in life. We just don't put it on destiny. And my sister made her choices. I made my choices. So I just couldn't see my father struggling. I wanted to give him support, and I gave him. I was very happy about it. So that is what is destiny.
Now, ma'am, you have reached to that pedestrian that you can create n number of IS officers by looking after you. Yeah, exactly. That's what something.
I don't know. I am not very sure about it. But yes, if we make little bit of change in somebody, yes, or maybe in myself, because still as females we still struggle a lot. There are so many ends to be met, so many things to be done. We are just not free. So we are we always have tasks. Simple. Always. Maybe it is in our nature also.
Right.
Very true.
Ma'am, what is that one thing, because you're a principal of an institute and you have so many kids on regular basis that you interact with, and you have to also guide their teachers through their training program. What has been that one thing that you have kept constant in your learning, matlab, imparting of that learning to the children or their teachers? You know
Love,
what?
love, love, lot of love. Love works wonders. It will work wonders to you also. Love, um, appreciation, no overdose of appreciation. There is a very thin difference between overdose of appreciation and appreciation. And passion. Passion really moves mountains. Passion really moves mountains. If you're passionate about something, um, someone the other day you're gonna cheat. And I also do not know where I want to be very honest. Because why should I limit myself? What if God wants to give me something extra and I limit that in my thoughts? And the same energy goes in cosmos and he says, "Ittai tu manga, tettai lo ab." Why should I limit myself? So one should not think how much. I mean, I don't think. I never limit my dreams. I never limit anything. I'm like open, very open. And that's what works with children also. But today's parents don't understand that. So that's a challenge sometimes.
We, my ma'am is here because she is Siddhant's school's principal, and we had to many schools where we wanted to take Siddhant to. The basic idea is what she's telling you right now. The idea was that it should be a place where he should just enjoy the experience of being there with people. Not the idea of learning something purposefully, कि नहीं ABCD सीखना है, 1 2 3 4 सीखना है. Nothing of that sort. Just the experience of being with younger kids, with an authority and with a principal, with a teacher. That experience itself is sufficient for a kid of 3.5 years, 4 years to learn. And the moment I met her, this is it. This is the place where he should be, and he should be longest. I'm just dying that she should expand her school. Every 15 days, I keep on telling Neha, I hope she gets a place. I hope she gets a place.
Yeah,
I hope she gets a place. I hope she gets a strategic investor like Shark Tank. Somebody comes in and give her a space. But I don't know what destiny again I said. I don't know what destiny holds for her, but she will be a star in education for sure. In times to come.
That's very kind of you.
No, nobody. I have met so many principals. I have met so many people. My fellow, because all of us are in that age where we have young kids, and I keep on interacting with them. And my difficulty is I don't align with their thought process. That a kid of 3 years should be doing 1 2 3 4. I don't see that. I see him playing in the mud, getting ganda, and coming back. Her mom getting irritated. Yeah, ye roz ka 10 shows you have. Yeah, I have to watch. And this is what he should be doing, and this is what she gives a kid. So that's why I called Shashank specially for this session because he also has a little daughter now.
Okay.
I called people specifically for this session so that they should understand what you're right now doing is amazing. I'm right now very speechless, although I'm speaking so much. So yes, continue. I'm sorry for the break.
No, thank you. You shared.
This idea must get across the society that this is the foundation of a good young person coming in. Yes, continue. Shruti.
Ma'am, last question from my end, then I would really want
Yeah,
people
yeah.
to chip in. You mentioned that for a woman it is always very difficult, and if you're at a position where you have to manage work also and family also. How मतलब क्या छोड़ दे कर दे मतलब do these thoughts don't come? I think because we have quite a few female candidates here in this session.
Yeah.
How has that been, to just keep going, without knowing that where you are
This is
going?
relevant to the boys also.
Yeah.
Just not for the girls.
Okay, okay.
It's very relevant for them also because
Yeah,
she's just
true.
not managing the house. She has 2 kids, and she has kids, lot of them in the school as well. So lot many things.
Now, you people have already given the answer for it. There are days when you feel blue. There are days when you feel dark. There are days when you just don't want to talk to anybody. So, what helps you? Sweets. So, grab an ice cream, coconut tender, and get back to work. Things have to be simple. Don't complicate it. If you will complicate it, you'll get it back. A lot of complications. Why do we have to complicate it? So when you are actually too hard on yourself, take 5 minutes break. Order something. These days, everything is online, and give yourself those 5 minutes. If you get no place, then go on the chat and tell nobody where you are, and just steal those moments. That's it, and it really works for me. That's how it works. Because you can't run away, and I've never learned to run away. I can't run away. What is my share has to be my share. Your mother, I'm sure everybody's mother never ran away from duties, did they? No. Your fathers never ran away from duties. So how can we run away from duties? So XYZ duty आने दो. Chocolates भी आने दो, ice creams भी आने दो, duties भी आने दो. That has to be the approach in life. क्या हो जाएगा? हो क्या जाएगा? मुझे तो ये नहीं समझ आता. ज्यादा से ज्यादा 1 बजे सो जाएंगे, 2 बजे सो जाएंगे, ज्यादा होगा तो अगले दिन नहीं जाएंगे. क्या जाएगा? I just don't understand. That's what I keep telling everybody. क्या हो जाएगा? Worst क्या होगा? Those who are in job, they'll just get 1 day salary reduction. Accept it. Don't buy something for 1 month. What is it?
Now, do you still paint?
Yes, I still paint. I recently painted, but after so many months. After my second kid, I recently painted one.
That's wonderful. You never thought that you should be moving professionally in the direction of the hobbies that you're so
I
interested
did
in.
when when I was in DU Delhi University at that time, see, I always had very limited cash, very limited. It was like होता ही नहीं था. आने से पहले खिसक जाता था. समझ ही नहीं आता था गया कहाँ. तो मेरे लिए बहुत सारी limitations इसलिए हो जाती थी. I still remember my first painting which I did. हम लोग गए चांदनी, मुझे मार्केट का नाम याद नहीं है, शायद चांदनी चौक ही था. चांदनी चौक में ना हम पेंटिंग दिखाने गए किसी को कि आई वांट टू सेल दिस पेंटिंग करके. मैंने पेंटिंग बनाई एंड ही सेड 780 रुपीज. अंडरस्टैंड, 780 रुपीज. ऐसे तो ओके 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 ठीक है. फिर हम वापस आ गए. Then after 2-3 months, when I shifted to Gurgaon, I worked in one of the international schools, Pathways. So वहाँ पर when I got to explore the place, there I got to know about a place, Galleria, and there they have this quilts and canvas. They also hold sessions like this, the way you people are holding it. And she is into books. Shobha is the name of the owner. So she was not in the office. I showed that work to Shobha ma'am's attendant, and he said, "Madam, इधर दे दो, इधर दे दो." मैंने बोला फिर दे के क्या होगा, आप कितना देंगे मुझे? तो बोलते हैं मैम ये तो 1000 की जाएगी. तो मैंने बोला अच्छा ऐसा तो नहीं होता है. मैं आई डिडंट पे ही एंड आई वाज लाइक ठीक है वहां देख, अब चांदनी चौक कौन जाएगा 300 रुपीज वेस्ट करके. आई गिव इट टू हिम. कुछ नहीं तो 1500 आई गेट इट या कुछ भी आई गेट इट. So I was like, okay, okay, I'll give it to you. मैंने दे दिया. After 3-4 days, no, after 21 days, I received a call, and they said your painting has been moved, and it went for thousands. Actually, it went for thousands. It went for 20 plus, and it moved. ऐसे मेरे 3-4 पेंटिंग मूव हुई. फिर उसके बाद मेरे को टाइम ही नहीं मिला. I got married. Then I landed in Scindia Boys. Scindia Boys भी बहुत demanding है. बहुत काम करना पड़ता है वहाँ पे भी आपको. बॉयज की बहुत देखभाल करनी पड़ती है. फिर उसके बाद MPS आ गया. उसके साथ my kids came. So वो तो super demanding है.
Who mooted the idea of MPS?
MPS, it is my husband. They always wanted, I don't know, maybe it was meant to. Uh, I never wanted to get into business. But he has always put it very clean that it is not business for us. So we had this property, and within just 3 months we created MPS. पता नहीं कैसे create हो गया, मुझे पता ही नहीं. But हो गया. It was destined maybe. So that's it.
So when did you start MPS?
2007. In 2006 I left India Boys. In 2007 we started MPS.
Good. 20 years.
No. Sorry. Wait, 17. 2017. देखो, this shows I'm poor in mathematics. I always.
No, this is the vibe of our office. It's our
नहीं,
fault.
मेरी mathematics में कुछ गड़बड़ है.
I tell you what happened today. So our item number was 8.
अच्छा.
And I had to argue a bail for a client.
Okay.
Then the leader of the judge called 6. I went in 6. I argued the bail. I got the bail for somebody else. Then I went back and the state council called me. What have you argued? This is not your matter.
Oh.
Then I stood up to say sorry. And the judge was furious. And I sat down. So it's with the place. And she and I, all of us keep on doing this mathematical mistakes all the time.
चलो, good to know it's not me. So happy to know.
17-6 का 8 we keep on doing.
Just so happy. अच्छा लग रहा है कि मेरे जैसे creativity और भी है.
We will start with questions now.
हाँ.
Who wants to ask first? Or do I have to start with 1, 2, 3? I will shoot.
What you genuinely want to ask?
Okay, so ma'am, you are so much relatable. I'm like relating to you so much, like humanities, options between Sindhi and KV and painting and sports. So ma'am, I think आपने भी कभी experience किया होगा कि when you are good at so many things, like it is God gift, no doubt.
Yes.
But sometimes you are like कि मेरे को ही क्यों मिल रहा था ये gift? क्योंकि इतनी सारी चीजें मैनेज करना, मेंटेन करना, नॉट जस्ट पेंटिंग. लाइक आई हैव लाइक अभी के टाइम आई हैव 4 हॉबीज जो कि आई एम वर्किंग ऑन. एंड It's like if I'll give time to them, they will generate a good money for me. And my father wants something else from me. Like he wants me to settle for Supreme Court and give AOR in these exams. But I'm not really into it, and I want something else. I don't tell people initially that what I want, but literally it's very confusing. So at this stage of my life, I'm like very much confused. I am studying hard, but not really satisfied. Why am I even studying when I can do this and I can do anything else? I'm not enjoying what I'm studying right now. So at this point, what is your suggestion? Go for what?
I'll give you very honest opinion of mine. This is just an opinion. You should not let anybody's suggestions overpower you. You should have your own sense to filter the things. This is first thing. Second, what are exactly hobbies and why God has given these hobbies to you? I take it like this. Let's understand. Do you all have dadis and dadus at home? Everybody has. Everybody almost. क्या करते हैं वो लोग?
They are like not अभी है नहीं वो.
पाठ, पूजा, मटर छीलना, बच्चों के साथ खेल लेना, यही करते हैं. This is what they do, right? और कुछ जो आप सोच सकते हो, अगर कोई बहुत स्पोर्टी दादू दादी है तो दादू might end up still playing in Jivaji University tennis, or he might have a good circle where he mingles up over Sunday coffees, है ना? यही करते हैं. और उससे ज़्यादा तो maybe they will join RSS, right? No, really, I'm telling you, this is what they do. कितने elders के पास hobby है इंडिया में? Not really. That's a sad scenario. So why God has chosen you? Maybe because so that you can take this hobby when you grow, whatever, maybe whatever age. To have a hobby is like securing your old age, staying mentally fit in old age. Elders do not have hobbies. Why? Because they aren't guided like that. They aren't brought up like that. So I keep telling people, and this hobby which you're going to have it, you can mint money anytime. But career, education, um, there is an age to do it. Especially, no, see, I am not trying to restrict you. My words shouldn't anywhere spread across you in such a way that I limit your energies. I don't want to limit anybody's energies. But you're young. Maybe your memory is strong. Maybe your mother has made you eat a lot of badam right now, which might fade away with years. So why can't you study right now?
It's not like I can't study. Like I'm scoring very
See,
good in
see,
class.
see, you are answering yourself.
I'm scoring
Yeah,
very good in my
yeah.
class. But the thing is, there is something that you enjoy doing. There is something that you don't enjoy doing, but you are
Why are
doing.
you bringing this complication in life that I enjoy and I don't enjoy?
Because
बाबा इतना complication लाना ही क्यों है? अभी आपने बोला ना मैं good हूँ in everything. Then be good in everything. Let the course decide. Flow with it.
So means just go with the flow.
Yes. आपने खुद बोला ना you're doing everything good.
Yeah.
तो करो ना. फिर आपको मतलब थकान होती है क्या?
हाँ.
उसको थोड़ा सा filter कर दो.
Take days rest in between.
हाँ
Keep
मतलब
going up.
in the sense MF Hussain की तरह एक पेंटिंग बनाओ साल में and sell it for millions. एक पेंटिंग में भी तो कितना कितना टाइम लग सकता है और एक पेंटिंग में 4 घंटे भी लग सकते हैं बस. तो फिर नाउ इसमें क्या है मतलब दिस इज व्हाट माय टेक. अगर तुम लिमिट कर दोगी ना अपने आप को तो फिर तुम लिमिट ही हो जाओगे. व्हाई वुड यू लिमिट योरसेल्फ? अभी आपने बोला ना God has given me, so He is kind on you. There are so many people who do not have so many things. So accept that kindness which He has showered on you and take it. Complicate नहीं करनी है life. Life is not. There are मेरे लिए मेरे colleagues कहते थे, maybe you will maybe इनके लिए और मेरे बहुत close people मुझे बोलते हैं तुम मुर्गी हो. मैंने बोला अच्छा ठीक है मैं मुर्गी हूँ. तुम्हारे सामने दाना डाल दो, तुम चुपती रहोगी चुपती रहोगी चुपती रहोगी, तुम्हें दिमाग नहीं है। मैंने बोला क्यों, दिमाग क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि तुम थकती नहीं हो, तुम मुर्गी हो। मैंने बोला दैट्स ओके, आई एम हैप्पी बीइंग अ मुर्गी, at least I am doing something, at least because I have that much of potential that I am doing something. There are so many people, those who do not have that much of potential. तो फिर हम उनके लिए सॉरी फील करें या उनको ट्रेन करें या क्या करें? अब हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते उनके लिए. And you must take hobbies as passion for old age. They will really make you a sorted person in old age. आजकल की सबसे बड़ी इशू यही है कि एल्डर्स सॉर्टेड नहीं है. मतलब टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, एल्डर्स आर नॉट. जिनके पास बहुत सॉलिड प्रोफेशन है वो तो सॉर्टेड है, जिनके पास बहुत सॉलिड प्रोफेशन नहीं है वो सॉर्टेड नहीं होते हैं. सॉर्टेड कैसे? Because of health issues, now they cannot go to work where they are going to, so the whole day comes out as a blank day. They have to restart everything, they have to reschedule. But if you have a hobby and which you can pursue in your old age, you will feel engaged, you will feel meaningful in life, and also your grandchildren will learn a lot from you. पहले तो बहुत होता था ना, एपिक्स वगैरह बहुत पढ़ा जाता था, तो बहुत कुछ ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रंस. लेकिन अभी वाला जो एज है उसमें एपिक्स भी फीमेल्स में काफ़ी और मेल्स में काफ़ी कम हो गया है रीड होना. अब मीडिया की तरफ सब कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया है ना. एवरी एल्डर इज इनटू फोन. Seriously, they are into phone. This is a very stalking scenario, and the quicker we figure it out, better.
One of my friends asked me this, like my daughter is on the mobile all the time. So I told him on one single day, and Ankit asked me this. I said, one day you keep your mobile side as a side and spend your day with her. You see the change next year. She does what she sees. If you're on a mobile, she's on a mobile. She's learning from you. She's not at fault. You're at fault. That's the problem of our generation. We are giving wrong messages to younger people. Yes.
Did I really answer
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
meaningful
Yes, ma'am.
and helpful?
Sure,
Absolutely,
sure,
ma'am.
yes, really helpful.
I think she should think about it. Like, a lot of thoughts that go inside. Next.
Is it okay or good to go against parents?
Yes, if your gut feeling says.
But there is a fear of hurting him.
Now, this is also choice, you know. Regret नहीं होना चाहिए जिंदगी में कभी. मैंने आपसे बोला ना, regret kills. Regret really kills everybody. Be it an empire or be it a pauper. Regret kills everybody. Choice है. If you think the choice which I'm making is going to be fruitful, that's it. How does it matter? Every time you can't explain everything to everybody at this point. I just couldn't explain my sister that मेरे लिए इस समय ये choice है. But I have no regrets. I'm like cool. How does it matter? आज कर लूँगी. अभी मेरे पास 2 साल है. निकालूंगी कुछ तो निकालूंगी. State service निकाल. I'm yet to turn 40. नहीं निकाला तो books ही पढ़ ली. कुछ तो हासिल हुआ. I still have those books lined with my child's books. So regrets नहीं होने चाहिए life में. You have to be free. और हर कौन हर्ट नहीं होता है? मुझे ये बताओ. हम दूध नहीं पीते तो मैं हर्ट हो जाती हूँ. मेरा बेटा दूध नहीं पीता तो मैं हर्ट हो जाती हूँ. तुम पी नहीं रहे. मुझे आज हल्दी वाला दूध नहीं पीना, चॉकलेट पीना है, मैं हर्ट हो जाती हूँ. 4 दिन से चॉकलेट पी रही हूँ. So how does it matter till the time it is not affecting everybody's life 360 degree? लेकिन फिर भी मुझे लगता है कि तुम्हारी भी तो लाइफ 360 डिग्री इफेक्ट हो जाएगी ना. So depends on the choices, you know. It depends on कितना अगेंस्ट जा रहे हो. बैलेंस करके जाओ. मैं बता रही हूँ, प्यार से सब जीता जाता है. अगेंस्ट जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. टेक द वेपन ऑफ प्यार. Love wins the extremist battles also. Seriously, I'm telling you. And यहाँ पर जब हमारे पास कोई आंसर नहीं होता ना, तब मैं बोल देती हूँ डेस्टिनी होती है इट्स लाइक डेस्टिनी इज लाइक वो क्या बोलते हैं, मुझे कार्ड्स नहीं आते, इक्का। हाँ नहीं, बादशाह। हाँ हाँ, हुक्म का इक्का जब जरूरत होती है हम लगा देते हैं तो यू कैन टेक दैट सपोर्ट if it is very complicated for you.
Yes. No questions.
Ma'am, how to bring clarity in life? If you have so many options and you think every option will work for me, then how to choose the right option?
How to choose the right option. Okay. Now tell me, what makes you think that you have so many options? Because you're not clear. Just generally. That means you have not done the homework correctly. That means you have still not sorted the things. और अगर सॉर्ट नहीं किए तो फिर उसको सॉर्ट कर लो, तो आपकी जो इतने सारे चॉइसेस होंगी वो नैरो हो जाएंगी। जब वो नैरो हो जाएंगी तो फिर आपको क्लैरिटी खुद दिखने लग जाएगी। जैसे the Facebook owner, yeah, so he doesn't want to spend a lot of time selecting clothes, so he has narrowed down his choices. He says एक ही तरह की टी-शर्ट, so clarity is there. आप भी अपने choices पहले put करो, उसमें से उसको narrow करो, और फिर आप देखोगे कि दो ही choices है ultimately, और कभी कभी बहुत सारी choices ना एक ही रास्ते को lead कर रही होती है, तो आप उसमें भी sort कर लोगे।
Ma'am, is there any practice that I can do?
In what sense do you want to practice?
Any exercise, anything?
Writing helps. Writing really helps. A SWOT analysis कर लो, strength, weakness, opportunity, मतलब उसमें देख लो कि मैं exactly कहाँ जाता हूँ। Books read कर सकते हो, थोड़ा सा related, लेकिन कितनी books read करोगे तब तक तो time निकल जाएगा। जो हम decisions लेने हैं उसका।
And how to overcome the fear of failure?
Failure कुछ नहीं होता है। Again I'm telling you, failure doesn't exist. I'm really telling you, you should rise above failure, everybody. Failure होता ही नहीं है। आप कहाँ फेल हो मुझे बताओ।
It's the biggest teacher, I believe.
हाँ?
Failure is the biggest teacher, I believe.
हाँ, failure होता ही नहीं है। आप महसूस करो तो failure है, आप महसूस करो तो नहीं है। It is all what you feel. Actually failure नहीं होता, feel होती है। जैसे आपको है कि you are scared. Failure सच में कुछ नहीं होता। So you should stop feeling for few things and you should start feeling for few things that will eradicate failure in your life. And by the end of the day कुछ ना कुछ तो हम सीखते ही हैं। आप किस तरह एक्सेप्ट करते हो उसको, जैसे सोचने लग जाओगे कि दूसरे क्या सोचेंगे तो फिर तो कभी कुछ नहीं कर पाते। और जैसे I'll just give you one example. I recently started with painting. अब मेरे को बड़ा सारा था कि my husband will say कि तुम रात को पेंटिंग कर रही हो या तुम्हें कल कितना काम करना है, और मुझे पता है my husband really cares for me, so that's why he didn't want me to put in those extra hours रात को 12 बजे के बाद जब बच्चे सो जाते हैं. So I could sense his I could sense his vibes that he was caring for me. लेकिन वो सुनने में तो थोड़ा सा अजीब लग रहा था ना कि क्या यार तुम रात को बैठ के तुम्हें कोई काम नहीं है क्या, तुम भी देखो अजीब ही हो, कुछ ना मिले तो बस पेंटिंग उठा के बैठ गई. सो अगर मैं उसको अचीव कर रही हूँ तो मेरे दिमाग में ही अचीवमेंट है, अगर मैं उसको अचीव नहीं कर रही हूँ तो मेरे दिमाग में ही फेलियर है. सो इट इज अप टू अस, हाउ डू वी टेक इट. डोंट गिव दिस प्रिविलेज टू एनीबॉडी टू डिसाइड व्हाट इज अ फेलियर. आपको तो कभी भी किसी को ये प्रिविलेज नहीं देनी चाहिए कि क्या फेलियर है. हाउ कैन यू डिसाइड फेलियर, क्या होता है फेलियर. जैसे अगर सोचने लग जाऊं तो फिर तो मुझे सिविल सर्वेंट होना चाहिए था. आई एम सच अ बिग फेलियर. But I'm not a failure. I know that I'm not a failure.
And ma'am, I have a cousin who is in 5th standard. So how should I channelize his energy? Because he is scattered actually.
Send him to FPS.
The best is sports, you know. Sports is real time teaching. Sports really teaches us a lot. Or sports really sports only gives us. It never takes anything from us till the time we really do not get exposed to a big injury. स्पोर्ट्स बहुत अच्छी चीज होती है क्योंकि आजकल के टाइम में सब कुछ डाइल्यूटेड है सिवाय स्पोर्ट्स के। सच में कुछ भी नहीं है। मैं आप बोलूं कि चलो उसको बुक पढ़ा दो, अरे आप 10-15 बुक्स लेके आओगे उसमें से आपको समझ नहीं आएगा कौन सी बुक। आजकल सब लोग ऑथर्स है। मे बी आई विल ऑल्सो बिकम ऑथर। मैं सच में आपको बताएगा, आई एम नॉट मेकिंग फन ऑफ एनीबॉडी, but sports is one thing where your energy will get used and then you will get tired, you will get stronger, and you will end up building your muscle power. So it's good in every way. So sports आपको चैनलाइज करना चाहिए।
Ma'am, I don't have any question, but yes, I have a glimpse of a very nice experience. What I have learned from the session and what you taught us from your life, a lot many things I have to share, but I have to just wind it up in a short. First thing, most thing, the pivotal point is that is what we have learned and experienced from your life. That is law of attraction really works.
Really?
Because, ma'am, before you have reached this place, we all were discussing about UPSC. We were saying that he has given some attempt, I have gave some attempt, and we were sharing our thoughts that yes, we really wanted to be an IS officer, or means I wanted to be an IPS officer. So we were discussing about that, and we were saying that means there's a very famous saying for UPSC aspirants, and what I have learned from that UPSC aspirants become actually pure non-vegetarians. How come? They have earned a taste of blood of success. And what we have learned from your life, that ma'am, God has chosen somewhat better place for you, because what Almighty has utilized all your skills in a most appropriate manner. Like how what I have feel, I may be wrong, but this is what I
Nobody is
feel.
wrong on this. This is for you.
The-
Nobody is wrong.
I appreciated girls in one aspect which boys lack in that point. That the girls have much and a much higher level of sensitivity. But if an administrator, if you might have been an administrator, so there may be a possibility you could not exercise the level of sensitivity. You didn't find much places where you can exercise your sensitivity, that thing. But now also you are an administrator, and now you have a place to exercise your sensitivity.
Really? People don't leave me. Seriously, I'm telling you. It is other way around. I don't leave people. So,
And you have talked about life, and you are a painter. So who's a painter who fills colors in the life? So everything, I this is what I learned, that and your journey of life, you have taught us that this was the belief system. You had a belief system, and what I learned from you, that yes, it's true that belief system works. And the moment you enters, we have shared an experience of a great personality, Kalam sir. He was the one who has a strong believer of a belief system, a law of attractionist.
you know, see again the law of attraction. I am
Ma'am.
mad after Kalamji.
Ma'am, wow. That's
Totally
great.
mad after him. I don't know. I haven't read much about him, but still, I love his simplicity.
I've met him.
Yeah, you met him.
Wow.
And he actually was as simple as people talk.
Yeah.
So we were all standing with roses in our hand. He came to college. He was told that we were first years. We were standing with the rose, and he talked with each and every one of us. Who was standing.
This is what life wants, you know.
He didn't care who was standing on the podium, or the chief minister was waiting, or the director was waiting. He was talking to us. He didn't care.
Yeah, actually, we shouldn't
That,
care.
that's yes.
So, well, sir, I don't have much questions, but what I've learned is great struggles to bring calmness.
Yes.
What you have mentioned earlier
Such ways.
in starting.
Then only you get strong.
Yes, yes. So, other than that, you are in the education field, and as our concept is Setu Samvad, so better education leads to a better dialogue or Samvad. So in current times, we are literally discussing that new generations are facing how children are raising, matlab, they are training or pampering like. So how will in education, how will you in coming years, if you want to expand, what questions or lacunas do you feel in current times? What you would like to change in if you like to expand in education field?
I think the only thing which I would really like to revolutionize is, I don't know how we will do it, but we really wish to, that we will only take admissions whose parents do not spend time on phone. Seriously, really, I'm telling you, that's one thing which is taxing, very taxing for everybody. And sooner or later, we are going to regret. बिल्कुल regret करेंगे, बिल्कुल। और एक और हम लोगों ने सोचा है, प्लीज वही आए जिनको रियल एजुकेशन मिलनी है, वो नहीं आए जिनको फैंसी थिंग्स या वॉल से फर्क पड़ता है। I mean, when Airforce was simple, I mean, we never had fancy things. Education is not about fancy things. Education is about you sitting with teacher and she is not worried about whether she has completed showing you on smartphone.
Smartphone should not be there.
मतलब बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी ने खराब कर दिया है, सब कुछ खराब कर दिया है। मैं भी कभी कभी एलियो हो जाती हूँ, फेसबुक पे डाल देती हूँ थोड़े दिन बाद कुछ, लेकिन फिर माय हस्बैंड इज माय बिगेस्ट फ्रेंड, सो ही कीप्स टेलिंग मी, गुरशरण कोई फायदा नहीं है, तुम्हें कमेंट्स आएंगे, तुम फिर एडिक्ट हो जाओगी उनसे, फिर तुम्हें लगेगा कि मैं फिर से डालूं, ऐसा ही होता है ना, आपको अच्छा लगता है ना, दिस इज मोमेंटरी हैप्पीनेस, जब कोई बोलता है यू लुकिंग ब्यूटीफुल, इजंट इट, वाओ तुमने ऐसी अचीवमेंट पर कर ली, but we don't have to showcase this, our parents never showcased all this, that's how we were better, मतलब आजकल चीजें थोड़ी हल्की हो गई हैं ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
Very true.
Yes,
Ma'am, I want to ask why you still keeping your study material from the preparation time?
Hope.
Is
Why
it
should-
memories or
No,
still a hope?
hope. I'm yet to turn 40. And state, state, this MPPSC says that females are given relaxation till 45 years. So I say I have 7 years in my hand. You never know.
How does this passion for the things की करना ही है लाइफ में, this time or next time, whatever time, नवाजुद्दीन स्टाइल में कि करना ही है, यही करना है?
हाँ, क्योंकि जो भी हम पकड़ लेते हैं उसको छोड़ते तो है नहीं। क्यों, जैसे हमने डिसाइड कर लिया है ये करना है, आज नहीं हो पा रहा क्योंकि ऑब्स्टिकल्स हैं लाइफ में, इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना कि हमारी लाइकिंग्स खत्म हो जाएगी। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आई वांटेड टू बी सिविल सर्वेंट्स, लेकिन लाइकिंग तो है अभी भी, लेकिन आई एम नॉट लेटिंग दैट कम ओवर मी। लाइकिंग है, अगर अचीव हो जाती है तो एक्सेलेंट, 2-4 साल बिफोर गेटिंग रिटायरमेंट एंजॉय कर लेंगे, कुछ और हलफ आ जाएंगे लाइफ में नहीं होगा तो फिर ऐसे भी हम एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, अभी भी हमारे पास ड्राइवर है बस जानती तो नहीं So, छोड़ू क्यों मैं, मुझे तो ये नहीं समझ आता, आप भी क्यों छोड़ो कोई भी
It should
चीज
be
को?
eternally hopeful.
हाँ, होप तो कभी नहीं छोड़नी चाहिए।
Sakshi.
Ma'am, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, just childhood time that is due to have that financial crunches, you took that decision. So ma'am, एक वो जो था destiny और एक जो situation को लेके that is आपने वो जो decision लिया, so in future that is कोई regret था या does it affect you या outsider means जैसे आप एक decision लेते that is hobby या कि मुझे इसी करियर में ग्रोथ करना है एंड फैमिली वाज नॉट दैट सपोर्टिव दैट टाइम और आउटसाइडर बिकॉज उतना नहीं था कि आप अपनी हॉबी को परस्यू करो एंड देन उसी राह पे चलो, सो वो चैलेंजेस मैम उसके लिए रिग्रेट हुआ या कुछ लाइक
मैं कभी रिग्रेट नहीं करती
कि वो चैलेंजेस ने और आपको टफ किया टफ
हाँ, हमें कभी भी रिग्रेट नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि रिग्रेट मतलब वीकनेस, मतलब regrets are like cobwebs in our brain, you know, they are complicating the things, जो रास्ता सीधा जा सकता है रिग्रेट्स उसको कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कर देते हैं। हमारी लाइफ में कॉम्प्लिकेशंस नहीं होने चाहिए, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे द टू ट्रूथ्स ऑफ लाइफ आर वी टेक बर्थ, वी डाई, एंड वी टेक नथिंग अलोन, जस्ट नथिंग। तो जब हम कोई चीज़ नहीं ले सकते, ना ले जा सकते हैं, ना हम ओन कर सकते हैं, under the table lately. That might have brought a lot of ill to my family. It's just मैं कुछ भी सोच सकती हूँ, लेकिन तो जो भी मेरे साथ अगर हो रहा है, जब तक वो एथिकल है, that means I have really made my life happy. आजकल हम 4 चीजें ही लाइफ में नहीं चाहते हैं. 1, bad habits. Second, nasha for success. We should not have it. Not at all. Not at all. Third, laziness. Seriously, you should think over it. You should never get lazy in life. Never, ever. And fourth, we should not be insensitive towards anybody. For example, कभी कभी हम लोग it is like empathy, you know. We should keep empathizing. Empathize से क्या हो जाता है कि चाहे हम नहीं समझ रहे हो लेकिन फिर भी हम फील कर पाते हैं, और एटलीस्ट जो हमारे रास्ते में लोग आ रहे हैं, दे विल नॉट हैव harsh memories associated to us if we will empathize. And so then till the time we do not have these 4 things all around the life is cool. And I really feel we are 1,000 times privileged, better in every terms. Every term. जब ज्यादा दिक्कत होने लगे तो अपने से नीचे वाले को देख लेना चाहिए. हाँ, बहुत दिक्कत है लोगों की लाइफ में, बहुत. एक बार आप जाके देखोगे, और हमारे हार्ट्स भी नहीं है कि हम उनके लिए कुछ कर पाए ना, हमारे पास रिसोर्सेज है, अपना ही हम कर लें वही बहुत है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो लाइक, अब जैसे यही डेस्टिनी आ जाती है, यही एपिक्स आ जाते हैं. दिस इज ऑल लाइक वही हेवन एंड हेल ऑन अर्थ. जब सब कुछ होते हुए भी आपके लिए कोई कुछ नहीं कर पाता है, सो दिस इज लाइक हेल. और कुछ ना होते हुए भी आपके लिए सब कुछ कर जाता है कोई, तो दिस इज लाइक हेवन.
Ma'am, one more question. Not getting that, not got the supportive environment, means support from your family members, like the decision you took. So it made your path difficult.
मैंने बोला ना, ज्यादा नहीं सोचते.
Okay,
क्यों
just
सोचना है?
going with that.
हाँ, क्यों कॉम्प्लिकेट करना है? और मैं ऐसे क्यों सोचूं इट मेड माय पाथ डिफिकल्ट? मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा ऐसे. रादर इट मेड माय फादर्स लाइफ सिंपलर फॉर 2 years. देखो, अब डिफरेंस ऑफ थॉट है. या तो हम ये देख लें कि इट मेड माय पाथ डिफिकल्ट, मैं अपना सोच लूँ, या मैं ये सोच लूँ कि मेरे फादर का पाथ इजी हुआ. दोनों ही पैरेलल ही चीज है.
Positive side.
हाँ,
Positive side.
So life is like a blessed hell, right?
हाँ, बिल्कुल. Dive. How does it matter? देखी जाएगी जो होगा.
The very famous lines of Harivansh Rai Bachchan Sahab on these things. मन का हो तो अच्छा, ना हो तो और भी अच्छा. वो that's the desire of Almighty.
Thank you so much. Anybody else has a question? Thank you so much for the time that you got.
I am so thankful.
Thank you.
I extend gratitude. इतना अच्छा लगा मुझे कॉलेज डेज की याद आ गई.
मुझे अपने स्कूल डेज की याद आ गई. आपने बोला ना केंद्रीय विद्यालय, तो मैं I didn't go back to my school for the past, I guess, it's
You
7
from
years.
केंद्रीय विद्यालय
Yes, ma'am.
1?
No, ma'am, I am from KV number 3, but the connectivity
हाँ, connect. Absolutely.
for the past 7 years I have never went back to the school.
You should. You should live, and you should always stay young at heart. And also one message, you should always stay grounded. Always grounded. क्या करना है ब्रांड्स? मैं तो सच में चाहती हूँ इंडिया में ब्रांड्स खत्म हो जाए. I really want to do away with brands. पता नहीं हो कैसे. I'm still not able to crack that. But maybe you people someday can. Law has a lot of power.
Thank you so much. And anything that you want to tell us, and something that we can improve on this concept. Any
It is wonderful. You should take it on a bigger scale. It is really awesome. These days, people don't have time to sit for such things, and it should take a major audience. अब मजा आ जाएगा. थोड़ा डर्टी भी हो जाता है मेजर के साथ, लेकिन
The idea it started with younger people. They should communicate, and the first task was to make it go at least a year. So now we're going to complete that year. Let's see how it goes.
Does it really add value to you people, or
Absolutely,
I'm just
It does.
actually asking.
It does, ma'am.
It does because we tend to take it and then we tend to forget it. We tend to take it and then we tend to forget it. Is it like that, or does it stay with you people?
It stays.
It
It
says.
stays. Really?
Yes,
हमें नहीं मिले थे ऐसे platforms. Seriously नहीं मिले थे.
I think we take something every session that we do. There's always something. I don't know how many people have picked how many things, but I feel even if you pick one thing from a session, that's more than enough.
That's
For
actually.
example, before your session, we had a session with one of a fellow lawyer. She has shifted from Delhi back here, and she very curiously did one thing, and she kept her mobile aside somewhere in the corner. And I think Shruti asked, and we asked her. So she said that I tend to focus on what I'm doing right now. And because she's also taking care of her father, so mobile has to be there. She said otherwise I'll be far away from it if I'm working. If I'm doing something else. So that is what I took from her on that day. So every session there's always one memory. I do one memory from every session.
This is a wonderful platform, so you must thank Sir and Shruti.
I thank all of these people that they take out time
Yeah,
from their
time to
from
come.
their busy schedules.
Absolutely, this is everybody.
तुम तीनों को नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Please join us for